Live on stage, the sound.
Orlando.
So, if they ready, the sound.
Orlando. Yo, what is going on, party people? What is going on? We are back. This is the Sound of Orlando show with your boy Rome. Y'all know it as the Soul Show. I'm glad everybody's here tonight, man. Right before I go out on the show today, I got some heartbreaking news that my brother, I grew up with him, a fellow artist, fellow father, fellow uncle, cousin, nephew. What a brilliant dude. He's been, doing with this music for a long, long time. And, just a very great man. And we lost him today. And, it's just amazing sometimes when you get to a certain point in your life and you start to see your people disappear. I want to give a special big ups tonight to my brother and his family. This is not it's not easy to lose somebody you love. I want to say rest in paradise, Joshua Blackshear. You will be missed. It is a very difficult time for our family right now. We're going through a lot, but I definitely want to big up my brother from another mother, Joshua Blackshear. He was a great friend. He was the sound of Orlando. He's been doing music his whole life. And, it's tough to lose somebody, but I know he's in a better place right now. So shouts out to you, Joshua. We love you. We miss you. And now it's time to do your music for God, man. So shout out to you. And shouts out to the whole entire Blackshear family. Our thoughts and prayers are with you tonight. So I just wanted to start off the show that way and let everybody know if you love somebody, if you know somebody out there, do not put it off tomorrow. Tell them you love them today because they might not be here tomorrow. All right. Now, with that said, welcome to the Sound of Orlando show. Tonight's very special guest is a staple in hip hop music. We first heard him, with I Got It Made. And I mean, that record played for so long in, Orlando, New York, across the world. He then released this amazing album. The hits just go on. Think About It, I'm the Magnificent, See It, yeah. Yo, like so many tunes this man done dropped representing Flatbush, Brooklyn. Let's give it up for my brother. I Got It Made. Special Ed, let's go, brethren. What's up?
Yo, what's good? What's goody?
What's good, man? What's good? Pleasure to have you on the Sound of Orlando show. Welcome to Orlando, brother.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me, man. And I love Orlando. I just actually passed through Orlando last week.
Yes. Yeah, man. We got it's kind of like a big giant Flatbush in the sense of just the culture down here and the Caribbean West Indian fusion that we got down here. So it's
absolutely
a melting pot, man. Now I know you're on a time schedule, so I want to let my people know, some of the things that, as a not only a hip hop, contributor, but a fan of what you've done over the years. Let's talk about what were some of the inspirations that got you into music, and how did you get started?
I just always liked music as a child, and I just I could feel music. You know what I'm saying? So that's what led me into loving music. As far as rap music now, I grew up when rap music was kind of emerging on the scene, and I was a young child. I used to listen to mixtapes of different crews, and Howie and CD3, Howie and Rob, they used to make mixtapes as well. Those were our local heroes. Shout outs to Howie T. He's actually in Orlando. So
yo, I seen that, bro. I'm like, damn, on the low.
Yeah, y'all show him some love out there, Orlando. Howie T, the
Yes.
hitman. You feel me? So
Hitman Howie T. Yes.
yeah, so between Howie and just my love of music and my family as well, you know, my brothers were into music a lot. My two oldest brothers, they used to rhyme as well. You know, my parents listened to music. My father used to work in a radio station in Jamaica. My mother, she liked country music. So I was just surrounded by music, man. And then I had a gift for writing. So
Right.
I took that and turned that into what we do.
Right. Right. And let's talk about the the breakout, the breakout moment, which was the and you went to and you filmed it at the infamous Erasmus. So let's talk about that aspect. I
Well,
got it made.
yeah, well let me say that school scene was actually in front of Tilden. So this is the
Oh,
story.
Tilden. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
got you,
that's
got you.
where that video was shot. But the story with my high school situation is I went to Erasmus Hall for 3.5 years of my high school. And then my last year I was transferred over to Tilden, and that's where I finished up strong.
Oh, okay. I heard that. What was the idea behind that video? I always wanted to know that because that was a video that was so different at the time from everyone else. It had the junkyard scene. It had you on this like dirt island. Talk about that, man.
Yeah. First, I'm gonna just say I like this shit. It looked like CNN. It looked like we saying some shit. Shit look like
What up,
CNN,
bro?
son.
Let's go.
CNN. Yo, so uh yeah, Chica Bruce is the gets all the credit for the video. She gets all the credit for I Got It Made, and she gets all the credit for Think About It. She is the mastermind behind those videos. I was not a video director, producer, DP, nothing. I was not into making videos at the time.
Right.
So Chica handled that. She had a production squad and her vision. She heard the songs and that's what she interpreted. And I thank her, man. Like she immortalized my vision.
Dude, that shit was so epic, man, with you on that damn hovercraft.
Yeah, I
And I
love
mean,
that.
yo, I mean, that was so great for hip hop just in general, to have that kind of representation in hip hop. You had a style all to your own. Nobody occupied your lane. Just talk about talk about that. Was that something that was just natural for you? Like meaning you did it and didn't know how unique it was, or were
Well,
you
I tried to be unique. That was the whole point of it. The whole point was to have my own identity, to sound like myself, and to do something innovative and different, or at least, step it up. So I think I stepped it up a notch or two or whatever, and just did it in my own way where I thought, I'm a fan too first. So
right?
I started as a fan. So if I'm gonna hear something and I'm like, oh, that shit is banging, then it's the same way I want to feel when I make it. Like, oh, that shit is banging. From the beat to the lyrics to the sequencing to the mix, I want to
Right,
feel it. You feel me? So that's
right.
really how I kind of, see things.
So talk about Hitman Howie T. So he was the brains as far as the production was concerned, or were you as
How,
instrumental into it?
okay, Howie T is the hit man for that reason. Before I even went to Howie, it was really strategic because Howie was already fluent. He was putting out records. He had UTFO, Little Sean, Chub Rock, Whistle. He had a number of groups and Puma.
Right,
And I was a kid in the neighborhood that lived down the street that knew this, and I was spitting. So I was like, man, how could I get myself in a position to get my record out, and I
right,
said Howie is the man. He's the hit man,
right.
straight up.
I mean,
So
those beats were just, I mean,
Yeah.
I turn them on today and I'm like, damn.
So the
That,
process was picking the beats out though. So we sat there through samples. Sometimes Howie had his a selection of beats, and 9 times out of 10, we kind of dug through the crates and put it together. And I was like, "Oh, that's hot!" And then he'd chop it up. And I'll be like,
wow.
yeah, that's it. As we go, and we might hear a drum or a horn or whatever. So it was kind of like, some of them was already Howie is the hit man. You
Right,
understand? So I
right,
had no worries in the world. All I had to do was go there with my talent, and I knew that he was going to take me to the next step.
right. Talk about, did when that album dropped, that first album dropped, and the reaction that you got in the city. Um, was the city behind it as much as, like, I felt like everything down here in Florida. I mean, we was rocking the hell out of that from day
Yeah,
one.
I'm gonna tell you, man. It was like for me, I never really thought that I would hear what let me correct that. At first I never thought, but when got to deal with Profile Records, I'm like, yeah, my shit gonna be on the radio, because Profile had Run DMC and Dana Dane and Rob Bass, and
Yes,
they was on the radio. So
yes.
that's all I needed. I just needed to be on the radio so that people could hear me, and then once they heard me, I was convinced that that was enough for them to buy the record.
Right, right, right. And then you start just totally smashing people in the head with that next album, that Come On, Let's Move, The Mission.
Hmm.
Now, I have to ask you this because this record doesn't get enough props in my mind. But talk about See It Ya. That
Yeah,
that
feature.
that record was
So
fire.
so for the people out there that may not know, my family is from Jamaica. So I
Big
always
up
put
Jamaica.
yeah, I always put a Jamaican feel or record, just straight yard record, not no hip,
Right.
not no mix up hip hop this and that. I just put a straight yard record on there, and that one happened to be with my brother Cooley. So we did that. It was called See It Ya. Whoops. It was called See It Ya. That's for my show. I got a show coming up. Yo, the
Yeah.
world has changed. I'm gonna sit right here and do this interview and do this show.
Right, right, right. Right.
so yeah, my brother Cooley Don, Cooley Devon. So basically, he's a lyrical master himself, you know what I mean? And he came on that record with me because I wanted to showcase him and his skills.
Man, that record, man, I'm telling you, I rock that every now and then on my radio show as well. Like, it don't matter when I play it. I mean, it's like, to me, the equivalent of, like, some Barris or some, just some
Hey, that's
Ninja
an honor. I'm gonna
Man.
tell you, I wasn't expecting all of that. I was just kind of like giving them my little vibe, because I consider myself a youth in the reggae culture. You know what I'm saying? So I was just giving my input at the time. I was a youth. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
that was it. I was trying to have some fun with it, and still entertain and show them what reggae is to me.
right, right. Well, if nobody called you a chatter, I mean, you should have been chatting for a long time, bro.
Yeah, I got some stuff, and new stuff too. Like I always work on music itself. I went on and did, I did a song with Sizzla Kalonji.
Shout out to Sizzler. Let's go.
Yeah, Bouncing, and I also did a song with Bounty Killer. Um,
Bounty.
yeah, yeah, Just a Killer. So, and actually, I was the first hip hop artist to do a song with Bounty Killer. This was back
Wow.
when he was hot in the streets in Brooklyn, and I was just like, for me, it was reaching back out and you know getting on board with something that was hot, but bringing attention to it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? I felt like that's my thing. Like, I want to reach out. I want to bring up artists. I want to open doors. I want to create opportunities everywhere, you know. And I
Right.
mean, he was already on his way, but I saw it in advance. And you know, actually, my boy 40 told me. 40 was like, because I asked, you know, my people, you know, yo, who should I do a song with? Because it was a, you know, it's a number of artists out at the time, and he was like, yo, definitely Bounty. So I was
Right.
like, all right, I got you. So we flew to Jamaica, went to King Jammy Studios.
Wow.
If anybody knows what that's like, and then
Shout out to King Jammy
yeah, the
and that
King.
whole movement, man.
Shout outs to the King Jammy, yeah, for real. And then we recorded out there, and then I came back and mixed in New York. Yeah.
Man, that's serious, man. I mean, because like you said, um, you know, it's yard things, but at the end of the day, for that period of time, I remember Red Alert playing Mad Rockers on the
Yeah.
98.7 Kids
Yeah.
stays when it was Ninja Man and you know Coco T and that kind of vibration. And so we know what rockers and that straight yard chat was about.
Right.
But there was, you know, you gave a fresh look, and when people were doing like house records and that, you know, kind of crossing over on that end, you took everybody to the yard end, and so
Yeah.
that thing rocked down here, man. It was jamming out here, bro. Straight
Well,
up.
I just wanted to bring the attention to it, man. Just period. It's, you know, it's part of my life, my culture, my
Right.
family, you know, my history. So, you know,
And
that's it.
and talk about the break that you had for a little while, where kind of people wasn't necessarily hearing special ed. You kind of um, I would say
Yeah, they wasn't
disappeared.
putting no records out. You know,
Right,
the
right.
record label had the option. They didn't put the records out. I delivered records.
Talk about
So
that.
we just went through our disagreements and compensation and shit like that. I didn't feel like they was dealing with me correctly, and they
Right,
was and I think they was dragging their feet, like, you know, shit, you know, like kind of, you know, tit for tat almost to me. It was
right,
like I gave them product. I gave them good product too. And I had product. I had a studio, Dollar Cab Lab. I have plenty of product. So that wasn't the issue. The issue was the business. So,
right,
you know, long story short, we uh we repaired that situation, and then I put out Revelations.
right,
Hmm.
right, right. And
Sort of repaired. You feel me?
right,
Because I'm
right.
still fixing shit right now.
Wow,
No,
wow.
but you know, it's just about time, process, procedure. That's all. It's you know, it's shit. It's what you got to go through when doing business. You know,
Absolutely.
I'm going on my 31 years now. So you know, we in a whole nother time frame
Well,
contractually.
when people got to me, after all of that success, and you know, then there was like that. What happened to special ed? Then out of nowhere, I felt like y'all were like just attacking the '90s when that. I mean, shout out to Spike Lee for what he did with Crooklyn, but when that Crooklyn dropped, dude, that Crooklyn drop, and to hear you collaborate with these beasts. Talk about what went into that, and was it as organic as it sounds? Because it sounded so organic, Crooklyn. Talk about
Yeah, basically, Tip called us up and was like, "Yo, Spike doing this Crooklyn movie, and he wants some Brooklyn rappers." So I was like, "Hell yeah!"
that. Oh
It's
yeah,
like prior to that, I'm gonna be honest. Prior to that, no one had ever called me to
that's
participate in a collaboration.
crazy. That's
And
crazy, man.
hey, I'm a reasonable, accessible kind of guy in my opinion. So I felt like shit, like I wanted to be on self destruction and shit like that.
Right,
No,
right.
seriously, I'm gonna be serious because I was like, when I seen it, I was like, oh shit, that's everybody. What happened? Where the fuck was I? Right? You know, I was feeling like that. So when they called me for Crooklyn, I immediately was like, hell yeah, I'm
Dude,
collabing. Because I just wanted to
yo,
do some shit with other people. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna collab. So that was it. And Buckshot and Ace, and at the time I had the studio, so we all came over to the lab and started writing and putting it together. And at that time, you know, the boot camp was already coming to the studio and working already, so it was familiar. Ace came over; he was already family, so the vibes was there, and we just banged it out. And then we
Y'all did it
actually,
at your lab?
yeah, we did it at Dollar Cab Lab, and then we mixed it up in. Actually, we began and did the production and the writing at my studio, and then we went up to the city and did it official and capped it off.
What? Yo. And so who produced that joint?
Q-Tip and Ali Shaheed Muhammad.
Shout out to the tribe, bro. I mean, that whole record was just like amazing, man. Just amazing
Yeah.
stuff. So, keeping it moving, uh, you're you're working on this new material you have, um, and I want to touch on quickly um, how you were affected by all of this COVID business, being that you were in part of the epicenter of all of this goings on, and you're making music in the meantime. Talk about all.
Okay, so for one, COVID hasn't affected me at all. I don't even subscribe to what the whole thing is about. You feel me? Like,
Talk
I'm,
about it, brother.
yeah, I'm not a dummy. You know what I'm saying? So they can go ahead and try to kill people with biological weapons and shit like that, but I'm not. You know, I'm not gonna live in fear. Period. So that's how that's gonna go. We
You
all right.
see that black
I'm
fist,
over here.
brethren? Yes.
I'm out here. But like, so
Yes.
basically, I've been chilling. I've been in the crib. I actually had some time. You see my paint job, my purple. I did some customizing of my home and shit like that. Normally I don't even do shit in my crib, man. This COVID changed everything because now I'm getting ready to do a show in my crib like in 2 minutes. Like, you know what I'm
Wow.
saying? So it is what it is. What it did was give us a chance to first spend some time with our loved ones that we live with and maybe don't spend enough time with.
Absolutely.
I got some time to really think and assess life and ourselves and our paths and what we are and where we are and why we are. It gave us a lot of a chance to renovate. How about that? So, you know, everybody out there, I seen y'all. I seen them all at Home Depot. Um, just basically get shit together. I cleaned up a little bit. I got my paperwork organized. You know, I went through paperwork for the last. I never threw anything away, so I had receipts, airline tickets, shit from 30 years. You understand?
Wow.
Yeah, so I wasn't going through all of that. Kind of reconciling, getting rid of stuff, purging. You know what I'm saying? Just like getting things off my chest, off my shoulders, and
So it was similar to a blessing for you in the way that it allowed you
I never
to
had a break in 30 years.
right.
I never had a vacation or a break or time off like this. This is the first time that I've been home consistently, enjoying my home. You know, I did some really nice things to enjoy my home, so I'm doing that now. And before it was kind of like almost like my home, but a hotel almost. It's like I'm in, I'm packed in, I'm out, I'm in, I'm packing up, I'm out, I'm washing clothes, I'm packing up. You know what I'm saying? So now I live here.
Wow, man. That I mean, you know what's dope about what you're saying? A lot of artists are saying the same damn thing. A lot of people are saying the same damn thing.
Yeah,
It's not the sickness, it's actually the benefit of having that break and being able to just kind of
yeah.
reflect and go home and clean up and
And then some people can actually work from home, and that's
right,
convenient. For one, that saves a lot of time in transit. You know, that saves extra wake up, sleep, rest time. And
right,
then you got the convenience and comfort of your home. You want food, lunch, this, that, and the third. You know, it's cost effective. So in some ways there are benefits, and in other ways, they should have just did that without all the bullshit. Like, don't feed me no fucking gal. Like, you know, let everybody have a choice, transition into working from home, do what you're
right.
doing, but don't try to instill fear and scare everybody to death with your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Talk your shit, special. Talk your shit. That's exactly what the world need to hear right now. We don't need to be living in fear. Ain't nothing in scripture anywhere to tell anybody to live in fear. So that's even against their own religious foundation. There's nothing that says live in fear of anything, including God.
Nah, man, and there's nothing. No, there's nothing that says, um, live the way somebody else wants you to live either.
Talk your shit, special.
You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
go. Now,
So that's the other thing. There's people out here. They do the colonizing and the this and the that in society and the tailor-made suits and shit like that. But not everybody into that shit.
talk about it,
You know what I'm
brother. I
saying?
love it.
Not everyone cares. I don't care about half the shit y'all care about, like out there in society. Like, what it is they, if they create something, they know that there's a certain amount of people that will subscribe or buy into some shit. So they create everything. They create a bunch of meaningless shit out here for everybody to just go run and grab. And I just want to say, as far as the even technology side of it, like we're paying for our own studies. We're being studied and paying for it, man. Like we're paying this bill. And at the end of the day, they're doing video surveillance, they're doing audio surveillance, they got passcodes, they got fingerprints, they got facial recognition, they got heart rate. Now they got some other shit like, man, it's crazy. They doing the watch now that do like your blood sugar or some dumb shit like blood rate. I posted it. But the fact is that not only is it intrusive, but you now a lab rat. You a straight up rat. You running around with the shit tied up, strapped up on you. Doot, 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 doot. And for what? You a patient now. Like you straight up, you got shit in you. You got shit all in your nose and your brain. Shit, robots in your back. and you and you and you got all this weaponry on, all this technology on you. You a fucking bionic man now. You bionic. You ain't human no more. You're a humanoid.
You hear that shit, Orlando?
Yes,
You
sir.
hear what we doing out here,
You
man? Do
fucking
you hear it?
humanoids. You
Let's
fucking
go.
humanoids.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, it is
Now,
what it is, though. But now I'm just saying, man, it's just all too much for me. I still put in a pin number. I put in a fucking pin number every time. I don't want no fingerprint, no face, no nothing. Leave me alone. I
right.
want to smash that shit, tell you the truth, but I need to make money, and that's the easiest, most solution for me to do so. Because you just got to know how to work it. You know what
Shout
I'm
out
saying?
to JBC Force. They're on the check-in, man. He's saying, "What's up, special ed? What's up,
Hell yeah,
family?"
peace, 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 peace.
Yes. Hey, so I want to talk about this new project you got going on, some of the new things you got going on, and we're going to go into our breaking news segment to let everybody know Special Ed is just getting started. Let's go.
Breaking news never stops.
Turn this motherfucking sound up, man. Blast this is turn the whole this up.
Talk about what you got going on and what can people be looking out for when it comes to Mr. Ed out in this piece. Let's go.
Well, right now, I basically just do what I want, man. I do music when I want, how I want. I work with artists though, and they have careers to build. So I guide them, I consult them, and we pushing them out. What happened with COVID? So right prior to COVID, I have a handful of artists that I've been working with and mentoring and kind of guiding out into this lane, and then COVID hit and shut everything down. So everything is done differently now. Technologically, it just did a whole 360 one time. Like this, you couldn't have been prepared for this. But
Hell
basically
no.
now it's about re-strategizing and doing different things, such as things like this. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's more of this stuff involved. So it's just a different way to approach the scene instead of coming like how we was coming before, whatever radio, this touring, blah blah blah. Now we got to keep it digital for the most part until things change on the outside.
Which is a blessing
yeah,
because a lot of times that connection that you may have actually goes a long way in whatever you're selling, right? So, or whatever you're promoting, right? So if people could get an idea or insight to how to bridge in things, then
Yeah.
they become more connected with you versus the distance that a lot of artists had by being able to just sell records and go home, or maybe do a show and go home. Now they can actually connect to their artists in a different way, because when you're talking about money right now, they done did everything they can to rob the artist of most of the money outside of breathing. You can do a show. They took all the money out of the streams. You're making three thousandths of a cent, and so all of these things that they put in the way to kind of make sure all the money goes one direction, and it's not in the artist's interest. I mean, it's a better way to your earlier point, which is not tune into what everybody else is doing and create your own lane, as artists like yourself have always been doing.
Yeah, at the same time though, they undervaluing the situation as well, because we are broadcasting. These are networks. This is content. This
Right,
is media. So the same way that other content and other media stream and broadcast and get played, the rates should be comparable.
right.
So I don't care where you getting streamed, but you still have to consider variables involved. So it's some math to be done.
Right,
But
right.
all that thousandths of a what? Come on, man. Like, they playing with the game now. Yeah, they giving it to you, but somewhere along the line, somebody's closer to that decimal point than you are.
Right. It's kind of like joining Bitcoin right now, where Bitcoin is $50,000 a coin, and they're on the 50,000 side of it, and we're at the 30 tenths of us of an entry. And
Right.
it's just, once they devalue, they're never devalue their end. They're always going to be one step ahead of the game when it comes to their end. Their value will always be up, just like homes, just like cars. You know,
Mhm.
they're the ones setting the values a lot of times. They're the ones creating these value systems, in which I'm waiting for the day and we create our own value system and start, doing it like that for us.
There you are. Here we are. Yeah, man. So yeah, shout outs to my man City the Great. He been working hard for a number of years, man. He dedicated and he's skillful. He's City the Great, the
City
one,
the Great.
the one and only in the universe. Fuck around and find out. It's copywritten. Ha ha! I love it. City the Great. Yeah.
Yo,
So
my
anyway, but
man,
the Vandals, my godson and the Vandals, they've been working hard and they got some phenomenal material. I got a little homie out here, Mickey Z, is doing his thing. We creating some content, putting some things together.
that's
And
dope.
yeah, man, just doing it, man. Shout out to Alicia and Dre. They out here in the Queen City
My
doing
man's
the
want
one
to
two.
know. He always wanted to ask you, where the hell was you riding them hovercrafts in the video?
Yeah, that was in Long Island, man. Long Island.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Those are rentals though. At the time, I don't even think they was that expensive. I think they said they was like 6,000 or something, which is affordable for something like that, right? That's like a bike,
Right,
like a moped or some shit.
right.
So yeah, but that was in Long Island. We was all over Long Island on the beach, the sound, blah blah blah, and it was freezing fucking cold winter. Wait, part of it was cold. Yeah.
Shout out to AJ representing, Long Island, and that must have been insane. What part of Long Island were you talking about?
Oh man, I don't know where Chica took us. See,
Yeah.
you gotta remember now. Back then, I'm shooting this video. I'm 15, 16 years old.
Wow.
So We out in Long Island, man. We on the beach. What's that? Jones Beach in Long Island?
Hey, yo, Jesse, my man Jesse said, yeah, Strong Island making history.
I
Where's
think it was
Jones Beach?
I think Jones Beach, and yeah, I think it was Jones Beach.
Yeah, man,
Hell yeah!
that must have been amazing because, for
I
like I
used to
said,
love Jones Beach, man. Man,
nobody was doing that. Nobody was. I mean, it just looked like you guys had not only I mean, you had all the permits, you had everybody on your side to get them hovercrafts running through there. Like y'all
oh
was
yeah,
dipping them things, man. It was
oh
crazy.
yeah. Well, they had to put a sandbag in, 2 sandbags in mine because you had to be a certain weight, and I was super lightweight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so the sandbags was in there to hold it down, you know what I mean, so it can hold. This shit would have flew off in the air with me, and that I'd have upside down X Games out this bitch. That shit
Yo,
was
my man said, yeah, Jones Beach sounds about right. Shout out to Jesse Jazz.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but I do want to say before I get you out of here, because I know you got to get ready for your next show. Dude, you've been doing some incredible stuff your entire career. Um, it's inspiring, not only for people, um, your fellow hip hop community, but I'm pretty sure for all the people that felt like, hey, man, I could do this from the West Indian community. I know you inspired a lot of people with that, and I think that says a lot about what you brought to the game. And shit, we continue to do the work that you're doing, bro. We need that.
I appreciate that, man. And with that being said, I've just started my nonprofit organization, and I'm going to be doing a lot more philanthropic stuff, man, because I'm really not into the competition in today's market in this music game. Like, I let the youth, the kids have that. I put out what I want to, but at the end of the day, like, I'm not trying to become famous and grinding the hell out of like some music like I'm a new artist. I'm gonna put it out there for my fans. They can enjoy it, but I have some other work to do, you know,
Right.
with the people. So that's really what I'm on.
Man, and that's beautiful, bro, because like I said, you guys have been long enough in the game. You see the things that Jay-Z's doing. You see the things that a lot of people in your position with the history, with the experience. Um, you're not a one-trick pony. There's plenty of things that you could do out there, and plenty of people that will support what you're doing. So you give us the information, we'll share it, man, because the people that need to know it. And I'm telling you, bro, we need to bring your ass down here to Orlando, and you need to tear the whole thing down. And bro, when this thing
Yeah, it's
clears
been a
up, man,
minute too.
we got a
Yeah,
space for you, bro. Come
for
down
sure.
here, come check the people, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate the opportunity. And if y'all want to holler at me on any social media, it's at Special Ed on Twitter, and everywhere else is at Special Ed Music.
Yes, sir.
And if
Give
y'all
it.
want to pay me, send me any crypto or any of that shit. It's $ Special Ed.
You heard?
I got
You
that digital.
heard?
I got that digital wallet first.
Yes, sir. Shout out to all my crypto kings out here, man. Making those investments early.
Yeah.
Man, Special Ed, we love you, man. Once again, come
All right.
down
Yes,
here.
sir.
Come check the people out here, bro.
Yes, sir.
Nothing's going on down here, bro. Please
Yes, sir.
give it up for my man, the living legend, the one and only Special Ed joining the Soul Show. You already know.
Yes, sir. One love.
One love, my brother. Thank you. Yes, you already know, man. Shout out to everybody on the check in. My man Chucky, my man Ricky, my man Jesse Jazz, my man AJ was good on me from JVC Force. My man Big Haiti was good, people. What's good? We love all of you. We'll be right back at 9 o'clock. Don't touch that dial, yo. We're gonna be here again at 9 p.m. You hear what I'm saying? 9 p.m. with K7 from TKA for a special edition of the Soul Show double feature Thursday. Yeah, I said it. This is going down tonight. We love y'all. We enjoy y'all support. If y'all could tune in tonight, I have at 9 p.m. K7 from TKA. What else can you do, man? It is the Soul Show. And tomorrow night, we got Brother Jay from X Clan. I know it is tough right now. A lot of artists going all over the place right now. So we're just trying to keep it moving. We're kind of, held to their schedules. So sometimes it's on, sometimes it isn't on. But, man, I hope you guys support what we're doing. I also want to extend my love and my, prayers to the Blackshear family once again. It's been a tough night. Joshua, we love you. We lost a good man tonight, a father, a brother, a friend. Please keep him in your prayers tonight. Blackshear family is very tough right now, man. And we just want to say we're going to miss you. Shout out to everybody on the check-in, man. We love y'all. We love y'all support. And we can't do it without y'all. This is what we do. This is the Sound of Orlando show. I am your boy, Rome. And you know how we're doing it. See me again, 9 p.m. tonight. K7, TKA tonight. This is what we're doing. All right? Sound of Orlando show, baby. Love y'all.
Live on stage, the sound of Orlando. So, is they ready? Yes. The sound of Orlando.